So more movie reviews. I guess that's a good thing. So I just saw A Quiet Place 2. Well, technically I saw it a couple of days ago. I guess actually no, I saw it a day ago basically. And I didn't really feel like recording the review for some reason, so here it is. And I know this movie has been out for a while, but I saw the movie and I wanted to review it. So Quiet Place 2 takes place right after the first one and follows a family with the mother played by Emily Blunt as they continue to survive in a post-apocalyptic world where creatures are sensitive to sound. The first Quiet Place movie, I didn't love it, but I thought it was a really well-made movie with great acting and overall good directing with a unique premise. Point is, I thought the first movie was pretty good. Now, walking into the second movie, I really didn't know what to expect. I was wondering in what direction are they gonna bring the story out in? And without getting into spoilers, I gotta say, this movie was really good. It kind of had everything I wanted in this sort of monster thriller movie. And yeah, where do I start? First of all, the acting, just like in the first film, pretty solid. Everyone does a great job in this film. This film is a slightly larger cast, but works well. And the story, it's like nothing mind-blowingly good, but it kind of keeps things going, keeps you interested, and the film is paced really well. But I gotta say, the biggest thing that impressed me in this movie was probably the directing. This film is directed beautifully. Like, John Krasinski loves his wide shots. It works so well. Now, a controversial aspect of this film was, in the first movie, you didn't really see the monsters until the very end. But in this one, first 10 minutes, you see the monster in all its glory. And admittedly, it's not the most terrifying design I've seen. But with how the film is structured and how the characters are constantly in danger, I felt like this approach was a good decision. It's a different movie from the first one, while still feeling like a sequel to the original. Which I think is what a good sequel does. While it expands upon the original, it still provides a unique enough experience to justify the movie's existence. And the directing it really enhances the overall film. John Krasinski's just really talented behind the camera. I mean, yeah, he's a bit in this movie as well and he does a good job, but the film just does a great job of exhilarating you. Every frame just feels perfect. Like, there's never a dull moment. And yeah, while the monsters are fully visible, in a way, it kind of enhances the movie. Like, so, sort of spoiler, this is like the first 15 minutes of the movie. We sort of see a day one of the apocalypse. Like, the sequence is really well done. Like, there's no subtlety, but like in a good way. Like, the monsters just come out of nowhere, and while the characters are running, you just see like the monsters like wreck everything in its path and just kill people left and right. It's a really exhilarating sequence. And yeah, everything about this movie works. While the story here may not blow anyone away, it works for what it is. The acting is good, the directing is near perfect, and the film just kind of gave everything I wanted in A Quiet Place sequel. It's exhilarating, there's not too much downtime. The film is just never boring. It's like 80 minutes long if I'm not wrong. Runtime doesn't outstay its welcome. And while there's a couple parts to it where my suspension of disbelief was pushed a little bit, like, nothing went overboard. So all in all, I know I haven't been like overly critical of this movie, but this is the sort of movie that it just does everything it sets out to do so perfectly. I really liked A Quiet Place 2. It is well acted, excellently directed, paced really well, and it has everything you want in a horror movie sequel. So all in all, A Quiet Place Part 2, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It might go lower over time. Maybe I might get a little jaded of this movie, but I really loved A Quiet Place 2. Maybe a little more than the first one. Man, there's just so many good movies out. I know I only saw 2, but I gave Demon Slayer an 8.5 out of 10, Quiet Place 2 a 9 out of 10. I'm excited to see movies like Black Widow and The Suicide Squad. there's such a variety in films coming out, and it's great. I love the theater experience. I think I made that abundantly clear. A Quiet Place 2 is pretty awesome. Check it out if you haven't. And that's it. Thanks for watching.